Hi everyone, Dean here with Sirius Software. Today I want to review with you how to add materials and equipment to our wide format pricing model. It's actually really simple. If you had watched a previous video on estimating, you'll notice we're looking at the same screen here. So what if we need to add a new printer? What if we need to add a new material? One thing you will notice is a gear to the right of the material and the printer. If I click on the gear, in this particular case, the equipment, you'll notice I have an option to edit the existing printer that's here, or I could add a completely new printer. So I could give it a name. So if it's an HP 700, I just type that in. I can then enter in my various different types of resolutions, the print speed based on those resolutions, and then of course the production labor and the percent that person would need to be working that machine while it's printing. Now under the little gear here would be my labor cost. So what is it costing me for that particular person or persons in that department? In this case we have it at 25. And down here below we can add in an additional person if need be. You'll have your standard inks here, and then of course you'll notice my ink cost here per square. As I continue to click down, you'll notice there's another option for an additional material. So what if there is a white ink as an example? So an additional type of ink. We can actually select that ink and then we can load in, it's a white ink option, or maybe it's metallics. So you could set all that up and of course put in your cost. So it's as simple as that, entering in the values. The software will do the rest to figure out how much consumption is going to be consumed based on the project. And if we go down to the next option back at the menu here in the material. So what if I need to add a new material? You'll notice we have a category here with options. So, if it's something that needs to be under Coro, we'll of course put it there. If it needs to go under a different category, you can put that there. But in this example, let's keep it simple. And let me click the gear here, and you'll notice I'm adding a new part. I could, of course, update this part as well. So I could come in and update the name. I can update the height, the width, the cost of that sheet. But in this case, we can add a new one. And if it's going to be a 4 mil, white, 5 by 10, we can enter in those values. We can then enter in the information here of the width, and then of course of the height. Our cut rate speed, typical on this material. What is our cost per sheet? And then of course, what is the price per square we want to sell it at? Or if we're using a cost plus model, what do we want to mark it up? So Sirius in essence offers two pricing models, the ability to run it at a true cost plus, or we could run it at a typical square foot. Now I'm going to show you one other area because this would be the general square foot for that piece of material, but we also can calculate it based on wastage as well. Now I'm not going to save this. I'm just going to click OK and quickly go into this little area here where you will see my default pricing model is based off of a cost plus. But I may want to change that to a square foot, square inch, square meter, and you will notice we have a one-time setup, we have a per square foot rate, and then of course we will then have a per square foot based on the scrap. So we may charge $5.50 for the printed area, and then we may charge 75 cents for the waste. You can also do some other unique pricing options here. We can set up tables. You can also set up company pricing plans, contract pricing, things of that nature. And then of course you can add any type of discount tables based on, volume, if you will. So that's kind of a quick snapshot. All of these options, a laminate, your mount, your cutting, your install, your finish, your painting, have the same gear option. It's quick and easy to add those, adjust pricing, adjust cost, and you can do that on the fly. So thanks for taking a few minutes to watch this video.